Let's talk about absolute value. The absolute value of some number is equal to x if x is greater than or equal to 0, but the absolute value of x is equal to negative x, or the opposite of x, if x is less than 0. So let's look at a couple of examples. So the first example is going to be the absolute value of 4. Well, the absolute value of 4 is equal to 4. In other words, since this number is greater than or equal to 0, this is that. So the answer is the same thing that's over here because x is greater than or equal to 0. So the absolute value of 4 is 4. The absolute value of 5 is 5. For that reason, because those two fit in this top category. However, down here, the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. In other words, because this number is less than 0, the answer is the opposite of that. So the answer isn't that number. The answer here is not that number. It's the opposite of that number. That's what this is communicating. So the absolute value of a number is the opposite of that number if x is less than 0. So that's why the absolute value of negative 3 is 3, and the absolute value of negative 2 is 2, and the absolute value of negative 1 is 1. Of course, the absolute value of 0 is 0 because that goes with the top one up there. Think about that. Ponder that. Look at that. Look at the example. Spend some time really thinking through that and perhaps watching the video again and comprehend this definition of absolute value. Most people have a very primitive definition of absolute value, and they say something like this: the absolute value of a number is always going to be a positive number. Well, that's true, but this is the actual definition, and it's going to help you out when you're dealing with variables to be able to think about it this way instead of just that elementary definition. See ya.